Sweet.
Yay. Now it works. Alright. Welcome to episode 4. That's real because apparently the last one we had didn't work.
4.5.
No, it's actually
be
4 because, the one time I'm not here, people try to do it. No, stop messing with the goddamn microphone.
I'm putting it in the damn screen.
You can already see it.
That's damn with a B.
The same.
So don't blank it.
Do not.
Blank it. Where's the microphone? It's in the screen.
No.
Hi guys.
I'm already done. We're like.
We didn't have our tech guy here last episode. That's why it's been weeks.
Yeah, we recorded it.
You
didn't
recorded it
really
without
work
me.
out for the best.
We hit save. It went straight to the delete pile. So
Yep.
but it doesn't matter. Big trade deadline.
It almost works better because we wait till after the trade
Yeah,
deadline.
because instead of speculating what's going to happen at the trade deadline.
Now we know what happened.
Now we know what happened.
Yeah.
And it's the most wonderful time of the year. Am I right, boys?
I mean, draft day for fantasy football is
Yeah,
also
that's going to be number 1, which
that's arguable.
is in 3 weeks, in case you don't know.
I like how you're looking at it. Yeah,
It's like 2.5.
Yeah.
So
basically.
I'm Black Saying 102. Thanks for joining us. We're here because ESPN's going under.
You don't need to rip on ESPN like every time we do
they're
this.
going under, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, they are completely going under.
I
looked
at their stocks today, dude.
Stocks going down?
They've been going down for months.
Well, no shit. I mean, I get that, but it doesn't mean you have to rip on it every time.
They took on like a bunch of sports that nobody cares about just because they could.
ESPN
and they gave people like who nobody cares about gigantic contracts, and now finally that has caught up with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, So I mean, but now you need other news information. So God.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as Sears. If you make shitty business decisions, then it'll backfire after a while.
The biggest mistake Sears ever made was getting rid of Ty Pennington in Extreme Makeover Home Edition. That show was so extreme.
Okay.
And giving the tower to Willis.
See,
oh my God!
Chicago joke. Nobody's gonna understand. I mean, the 12 people that are gonna watch
the 12 people who watch this are probably Chicago.
So
they'll get it.
A minimal of 6 are gonna be us. So
I've actually never fully sat down and watched one of these.
What is wrong?
Are you serious? Oh no! I listened to them in the car on the way to work.
I'm just like I don't.
I sit my ass there and watch, and then I take notes. It's more like a mental check.
Yeah.
All right. So on to sports, guys.
Yeah. I let him deal with the notes because I take shitty notes.
So who do you guys think winners and losers? Just right off the bat, we don't have to get too into specific about the blockbuster moves because that's the next discussion.
Well, do we want to say the winners or losers first?
Go.
Let's winners. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll each do a winner.
One winner, one loser.
We'll each do a winner. We'll each do a loser.
Yeah. Okay, so who wants to start with their winner?
John?
Alright, I'll go winner. My winner is the Brewers. They improved their team the most at the deadline, which is what they should do. I don't think they gave up any top-tier prospects. Honestly, I don't like the... I don't love the Shoop trade because they've got... his name's funny.
I know. No, I just keep forgetting the Shoop.
They have like too many second and third basemen now. Like
I want to get into that.
Okay.
More specifically about the Brewers later. But yeah, they did make a lot of moves. Some good, some bad. I mean, mostly they have depth.
Yeah, exactly. But and then my big loser is the Red Sox because they right now are like the #1 competitor for the World Series, and they did absolutely nothing at the deadline. Pretty much, I think they traded for Ian Kinsler. Which, I mean, he's good, but they have enough infield depth. And they do not have a single left-handed reliever in their bullpen. They could have easily gotten a good one from a bad team for minimal, prospects.
Yeah, just some random guy just has a different look.
Yeah, exactly. Throw a hat on him. And then...
Well, but they could always... What they did last year was they bullpenned... I mean, because he sucked. Price.
Oh, yeah.
They bullpen Price, and he pitched multiple innings, so, I mean, they could potentially do that, but he's...
Yeah, but who even knows if they have 5 starters? Sale's hurt now, Steven Wright, what the hell happened to him?
I completely get you on that, but it is an option that's just
Yeah.
I mean it is kind of stupid to go into a postseason without a lefty.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
When some teams had 3 lefties out of it.
Yeah.
Winners, losers.
Winner. Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
I like the Diamondbacks. They traded for Escobar, who was really good on the Twins.
Yeah.
So that'll add a nice bat for them because since they lost JD, they don't really have one in my opinion. I mean, they got Goldschmidt still. Yeah, he's doing good. Pollock.
After a slow start, Goldschmidt's doing good.
Yes, after
embarrassing start.
Oh God, it was awful for a while. And
it was like, who is worse, Rizzo or Goldschmidt? I mean, whoever draws the smallest straw.
Yeah.
You know?
I forgot who else they traded for because I feel like they traded for somebody else. I don't remember.
Did you say the shortstop Escobar?
Yeah, that's why. That's why. I mean, he's on my fantasy team. I have like 3 of my guys on fantasy got traded in like a week.
In a good way, though.
I don't know. Escobar, I'm happy with.
Because
Moustakas, I don't know.
I had Cole Hamels and J.A. Happ, and they were both traded to contenders. From like the worst teams to contenders.
Well, yeah, so were mine.
The bad thing though is J.A. Happ got in mouth, hand, and foot disease.
No, that was Syndergaard.
They
you didn't read that? J.A. Happ.
No. The actual name of the disease is like hoof disease because horses get it.
Yeah,
so.
but no, it's funny because they're both in New York but on separate teams.
Yeah, that's funny.
So they
were definitely meeting out for some long time.
They're in one of those Pee Wee Herman theaters, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so before a little graphic there. Losers.
Loser. Oh, I had them and I forgot it. But give me 5
Yeah, I'll pull up all the teams.
I knew I had somebody. I forgot it. I'm gonna say.
Let's go with the division. What division are you thinking? AL, NL, Central,
yeah, I'm going with the Braves.
The Braves?
Braves didn't trade for any. Braves didn't really do anything.
They got 3 starting pitchers.
Wait, who'd they trade for?
I don't recall, but I remember looking down and they added like.
Yeah, they added.
Did they add some stuff? Hold on.
Yeah.
No, they hit the Nationals.
That's a pretty big.
That's a loser.
Yeah,
that's definitely a loser.
The Nationals may be a loser.
If you can tell me who they traded. Kevin Gausman.
Kevin Gausman. He's pretty solid. He's like a.
No, he's a little bit above 4 ERA.
Is he doing better this year?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go Giants then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Giants did nothing.
Moves and then
they did nothing. Johnny Cueto's getting Tommy John surgery. They were like, hey, you can we go take trades for McCutchen, and then they went, never mind, we want him. So.
Well, maybe the offer on the table wasn't.
No, true. I mean, could always be like, I'm not going there.
Yeah, maybe they want to re-sign him.
They could.
Potentially. So my winner, I mean, obviously it's going to be the Nationals because they got Steve Bryce Harper, right? Right?
Banned.
No, so my winners, I forget who my winner was. Who did I have my winner as? Cubs. I know. No, I mean, I like what the Cubs did, but not the winner.
Phillies?
The Houston Astros. They traded their bullpen for the guy they think is going to have them win it again.
Roberto Osuna.
Yeah, Osuna, who's been out all year. He's been less than a month in the season.
You see, I sniped him off the wire.
I did. I was mad at that.
I did not.
I didn't know who was going to drop him for.
Well, I drafted him, and this is the thing with every fantasy sport freaking ever. All my players get suspended. That is a fact.
Last year I think was the first.
Nothing but thugs.
Last year I think was the first year I've had a player suspended.
No, dude, in the last 2 years fantasy football combined, I had 9 players that were suspended.
I've had none.
I mean, there were like 3 I drafted who were suspended, hoping they come back.
The Astros are in a tight race for the division, and they think he's the guy that's going to do it.
Yeah. I know Seattle also traded for some people, too.
Yeah, Seattle it was more minor moves, which I expected big things from them.
Yeah, they did it.
Because they're like the longest playoff drought.
Although, how about the nice long con of the Cubs? Cubs are going to get Brad Ziegler like 12 o'clock at night. I read that.
9 ERA in his career.
I'm just finding it funny because I'm like, it's a Cubs basically close to getting Brad Ziegler. I wake up the next morning.
It was so funny because someone said to us an article that Theo Epstein traded for Cole Hamels, and like 18 hours later, he flipped him for DeGrom, and this guy had all 3 of us like, are you kidding me?
I'm like, there's no.
And this guy's not like a hardcore Sox fan, and he was just like applauding at the fact that they got DeGrom. And so losers for me right off the bat, the Mets.
Yeah.
The the Nationals, because
They did nothing.
no, they did nothing. They lost their best bullpen guy, their best non-closer bullpen guy, and he went to the Cubs. Cubs stand right here.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
I mean, they can still contend.
They got Kelvin.
If I was Mike Rizzo, the GM of
Yeah.
the Nationals, I would have traded Bryce Harper, got whatever the hell I could have got back. You're still contending.
Yeah, they've got a
You're
long-term
still
outfield too. They
They got
have
four
Victor
outfielders right now.
Robles, Adam Eaton, and
Michael
Juan Soto,
Michael Taylor,
and Michael
too.
A. Taylor.
Yeah,
Going
I mean,
forward.
they have guys. I'd have traded him. You could have you could have easily got J.A. Happ for him.
Oh, easy.
Well, but I don't know if they'd want.
No.
No, that's like
But,
not the
but
best
you know what
fit.
I mean. You could have gotten
You could have gotten
You could
good.
have gotten one of the better. You wouldn't have gotten DeGrom or anything. But,
No.
Mm.
I mean, if you like packaged him and like Robles, theoretically,
yeah.
you could have.
I don't know.
No, the
But
Mets
they
aren't
could-
even
they could've-
contending. They would have like had to flip Harper.
Yeah, they could have got somebody even if they were contending. That's just what I'm saying. And then, I'd say the Braves more of a win because I mean the Braves are trying. You know, they're trying.
They are.
It's a tight race. That's why the Nationals are surprising that they're not doing anything. And then
Still love how the Marlins
I-
are better in that division.
the Phillies, I expected they made it sound like they were gonna make monster moves. They didn't. They were ready to trade on the field talent, which
Yeah.
to improve the team. And I checked today. I was with you guys. I was in awe that they were in first place. Like, they were like a half game up, and they
Yeah, I
played
remember.
like 2 less games or 2 more games than the next team.
Yeah.
which was-
Oh, another loser for me, Colorado Rockies. Like,
Yeah.
I love the Rockies, but like, what are you guys doing? Okay, you traded for. I'm not gonna even like attempt to pronounce his first name, but there's like such a good team, or like for the contender that they're like 10 games above 500. They have so many holes to fill. I like people were saying, this team needs starting pitching, which okay, some would do.
It's Colorado.
But
I mean-
what I think they should have done was get a defensive first center fielder, move Blackman over to left, or right. He'll be like a near Gold Glove outfielder there. Then have my guy I wanted was Kevin Kiermaier in center, a Gold Glover in center field. That will improve the pitchers' ERAs drastically. That would have helped them so much, and it would have costed them a little bit, but like they would have got to like hold on to like their most important pieces going forward.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have costed them like Story or anything.
Plus, Wade Davis isn't helping with closing sometimes. Not doing great.
He's good.
I'm a
Like,
Cubs fan. He was lights out on the Cubs last year.
Not my
So
opinion this year.
but where does he go to a very tricky team?
Turkey's
Yeah.
boys don't quit.
Sure. So now,
Get out.
I mean, more deadline talk. Let's talk about this. Nobody mentioned it. I was a little surprised. The Chris Archer deal. The blockbuster of the day.
But you said don't talk about blockbusters. We'll talk to those later.
Yeah, and here's the blockbuster time. So, so it was Chris Archer to the Pirates for Tyler Glasnow and Austin Meadows.
And a player later to be named.
Oh shit! Oh wow! Yeah. Usually, okay. So here's
Or
the thing.
cash.
Here's the thing for like you younger, sports, maybe baseball's not your thing because today's mostly a baseball episode. Players yet to be named are usually single A prospects, and a lot of times they're like highly thought about.
It depends on the player because the teams have to go through like arbitration to like figure out what like tier of player they have to give up.
The Cubs when they traded for Cole Hamels, I got his jersey on right now. I'm a Cubs fan, so they traded for him. They traded him for Eddie Butler, who was about to be DFA'd, and a player yet to be named. And the Cubs are very hot. They got so Eddie Butler's a pitcher. The player yet to be named is going to be one of 2 pitchers, and the Cubs are Theo Epstein and Jen Hoyer are very high on their single A pitching prospects. So these are the pitchers like to pitch in like 3 years. So that could be a much better deal for the Rangers. Because if they technically get 2 pitchers out of it, even if Eddie Butler's kind of more of a spot holder, 5th guy, up and down like he's been in his career, whatever, But back to this Archer deal. The Pirates, 2 number 1 and 2 prospects
Yeah, that's...
Well, I don't think any of them are technically prospects anymore, but like...
Well, going into the season, they were their top prospects. They're like their guys that for the long haul, you know, they were supposed to be in Pirates uniforms. Nobody saw Austin Meadows getting moved.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
Glasnow, he's an interesting case because he's the exact same thing like the White Sox, Lucas Giolito.
Yeah.
Glasnow, he's actually a very interesting case. He was the #1 pitching prospect for a little while. Giolito was too. But Glasnow had a sub-2 ERA through multiple minor league seasons, which the only other player to have it through multiple minor league seasons was Clayton Kershaw. So that's why there was a lot of hype for him.
I mean, probably some like scrub reliever too.
Well, but
just quadruple A.
Yeah, but #1 pitching prospect wouldn't be a relief pitcher.
Well, no, but like, okay, I get.
Yeah, so I mean, it wouldn't be in the same category. But it was a huge move. What do you think about it? Do you think the Pirates are, because they're only like 4 games out of the wild card? I think they're 7 out of the division, they're looking at more of a wild card.
Pirates are definitely a wild card. I don't think they will win the division. I think the division will come down to Milwaukee and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I think Milwaukee what will happen with that is if all their trades work as well as they want. Like Moustakas and Shoop come in and they're like, lights out. They got Mike Moustakas. I know that. I know wholeheartedly. I read that trade at like 11 at night. I'm like, can you guys stop trading at 11:30 so I can like
go to sleep?
So I can like concentrate on my video games.
Oh, okay, sure.
But I'm like Jesus Christ. But anyways, I mean,
so what do you think about the Pirates?
Okay, I'd say I'd give the Rays an A for the deal just because, like, Glasnow could be a bust, but his upside's like too intriguing to pass up on.
They got 2 change of scenery. Should be good guys. Yeah, they got 2.
And then like
one of them has to be.
And then Meadows has some boomer busts too, but like I think like. He should probably at least be like a long-term starting outfielder.
Yeah, even if he's a second outfielder, that'd be successful.
And then like the player later to be named could pan out, could not, might also be cash. So like, who cares about that? And so like they gave up Chris Archer, who's essentially a 3 pitcher. They got a haul that they would get for a 2 pitcher for a 3 pitcher. So that's pretty good. And then I'd give the Pirates honestly. Like, I was kind of knocking the Pirates at first, but now that I think about it, it's not that bad. I'd probably give them a B with the deal.
Yeah.
Just because I guess they're trying to win now, obviously, it seems like. And they got themselves pretty solid. They got themselves like a solid pitcher who they can control for multiple years for not much money.
Yeah,
which is what the Pirates like try to do all the time too, because they're a low market team. Mm-hmm. So they essentially got like what they wanted to get. So they're happy.
It amazes me how the Pirates are a low market team in baseball, but the Steelers are a big market in baseball.
Yeah, because people travel to see the Steelers. Heinz Field, that's where it's at.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd go watch Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell play.
Heinz Field.
Hey,
catch up, man.
PNC Park's my favorite ballpark by far. I haven't been to many, but it's so beautiful on TV.
Well, it was Minute Maid Park. 1, because the name's hilarious, and 2, because of like the hill and center, but they took that away. So
yeah. The hill was the curse for them because they took it out last year.
Yeah.
My favorite place was Giant Stadium with a nice glass Coca-Cola on there. I love it.
And the glove that everyone tries hitting home.
Yeah.
That's where shit's at. Though.
So let's go more specifically into I personally, Cubs fan, my favorite division. I personally think the closest division in baseball right now, as for like playoffs, the NL Central. Let's start talking about that.
Okay.
So right now it's Cubs are in first. Cubs and Brewers are tied for first.
I believe so.
Yeah, and then it's the Pirates who just jumped the Cardinals, and the Reds are still kind of a slow start.
The Reds are there.
They have a good offense. They have good pitching. They can't sync it up. I mean, they're still maybe 2 years out.
You got like 2 good overs. They don't have good pitching.
Yeah.
Well,
no, but when they have good games, their hitting's not there.
And when they have bad pitching games, the hitting's there.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
They're a higher scoring team.
You got Scooter, Suarez,
Scooby. I'm surprised Scooby didn't get traded. By the way,
I kind of am too, but I'm not mad about it.
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about this segment was basically Travis Shaw is now starting second baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Although I heard they were there have Moustakas take balls at second.
At second?
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
well, here's the thing. It's also
if Panda can play second,
and Saladino can play second.
Yeah, well, he's
Saladino.
Short right now.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
what if
Tyler Saladino?
What if they move Travis Shaw to short? Because that's kind of the hole in their.
Yeah, because right now.
What I was thinking. Actually, no, they don't want to move Shoop to outfield because like their outfield's already loaded.
Yeah, honestly, what does Shoop play?
He plays second. He could play third. He could play short.
But that's.
I think he played short for a little while.
As of right now, he's only eligible for second.
Well, in fantasy,
of course.
But no, I was a little surprised about the Shoop. Honestly,
that one's a little weird. They don't need that. They don't need that.
Hey, if I was them, they have 5 starting outfielders that all need time. I would have traded 2 of those guys away for a really good
Santana.
pitcher. Yeah, either a really good starter or like a dominant reliever.
Yeah,
either or. Not necessarily a closer.
Corey Neville's fine.
No, they got a couple. They have, I believe.
No, they traded for Soria.
No,
they don't trade for Soria. That's right.
Yeah, no, but they have 5 outfielders, and I would have traded 2 of them for another.
For another for someone better than Soria.
Yeah, well,
not that Soria's not bad.
They kind of have an embarrassment of riches. But I don't want to say in a bad way because it adds depth to their team, but it's going to be hard finding time for.
No. Plus, they also have Josh Hader. Who do we want to talk about him, or do we want to just leave that? Leave him for the Wolves, or
I mean, but the problem is there's so many now.
All I have to say is he was 17 when he made the tweets.
All I have to say is
7 years ago.
No, it's completely reasonable that they're getting what he said was some of it was some terrible stuff.
Oh yeah.
So that he's getting flack for it, completely reasonable. But now that they're just making it a league-wide thing to try to expose every minor thing that someone said in the past. I don't know if that's right. They're just, completely digging through these people's personal histories, just trying to, find something bad so that they can, just get the Twitter publicity by exposing something that they said.
That's what kind
that, was, a lot of things were socially acceptable. I'm not saying it's right, but, were more socially acceptable back in, say, 2011 than they are now, and people are treating them
as if they tweeted it out of context. Yes.
Yeah.
So just real quick,
and a lot of inside jokes too.
I do want to say
that's better, but
I do want to say I do have 2 tweets that have gone viral.
That is true.
I'm very proud of both of them.
Oh yeah.
After that saying 102, it's easy to find both of them.
Do we want to read them out loud?
It's not worth it right now.
It's not worth it.
But anyways, the Twitter thing, it's out of context.
Reyes pitched today.
No, it was yesterday. Yeah.
No, that's today.
No, it was yesterday. I saw it yesterday.
It
was yesterday. They won to 26-4.
He's he's dropping his leg significantly before he releases
that. I'm sorry.
He threw that's just hysterical. A 52-mile-an-hour curveball. Yeah.
Nice.
Jose Reyes. The New York
loser I didn't talk about, which I wish I did. The Cardinals. They're 7.5 games out of first place going into the deadline.
Yep.
So what do? They put Carlos Martinez on the DL.
Yep. They traded.
And then they traded Tommy Pham, which they have a lot of good players on that team. Where I guess they're all right, well, if we can't do it this year, maybe next year. I understand that, but if you put Martinez on the trade block, you know what kind of a haul you would have gotten easily at DeGrom Syndergaard haul.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say that if anything, I think that'd be pretty similar. I don't know how long his contract is, but I think that could potentially be similar to a Jose Quintana call because when Quintana he's lost a little bit of luster obviously, but Quintana was about as good last year as Syndergaard or as not Syndergaard as Martinez is at this point in his career. So I don't know about his contract. I know Quintana signed very affordably, but potentially Carlos Martinez could have gotten a haul similar to that, which would have been a huge win for them.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of the Yankees. They just need pitching help. I was kind of thinking, it'd be more players both ways.
Yeah.
But Sonny Gray, for those of you kind of the two guys back and forth. Because Sonny Gray, he's really only had
he's good away from Yankee Stadium.
He's had two good seasons. in the majors.
And they were on the A's.
Among the league, he's like considered a really good pitcher, which, I mean, he just hasn't, the last 3 seasons really hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, same kind of with Archer, and he still got a haul.
Yeah. Well, that's why, but for Martinez and then like other stuff, it would have been good both ways,
As long as you're a 3 pitcher who's more than a rental, you're gonna get a good haul.
Yeah. Everybody needs arms. Yeah.
Yeah, you always do.
But yeah, so I was surprised. Cardinals, I'd have blown it up. Me as a GM. I mean, they already fired their manager.
Yeah, what are you gonna do at that point?
Here's the thing, though, too. A lot of teams don't like blowing it up. That's why, not every team who's losing does it. Because a lot of teams, they think, oh, maybe we can go for it next year, or, their fans, aren't gonna want, their fans aren't, are gonna stop going to games, which is gonna lower attendance, less jersey sales, and they may not have enough to sell to completely blow it up. So
I understand what you're saying, but in this particular case, it is the Cardinals, who are always amongst.
Yeah, that's
they are very high marks.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I'm saying in general, but yeah, okay.
That's why I was surprised because they can sign anybody. I mean, they've done it countless times. Hey, they have a 3D printer, where they just make players. Player you never heard about, all of a sudden he's the best player in the majors.
It's like New England.
Or they'll sign some random guy off the street and say, hey, here's a bat,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like the Cardinals.
As a Cubs fan, that makes sense.
Do you want to continue on this?
Do.
So, the Cubs made good moves. They added 2 bullpen guys and a starting pitcher, which they need help in the start. Their bullpen's been phenomenal. They needed help.
I mean, with Brendan Moore going on the DL, you need another bona fide closer.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Morrow's been good so far, but in the playoffs, if he starts struggling, he hasn't been a closer until this year.
True.
It's nice having another guy.
I mean, plus we already have a guy who we know can't
we got Cole Hamels. I'm wearing my Cole Hamels jersey today. I am a Cubs fan, so next time he
trade you
pitches
Darvish.
at Wrigley,
DFA you Darvish.
I think second
DFA you Darvish.
second or something player in MLB history to pitch in every single game of the World Series.
Who?
Brendan Morrow.
Oh, yeah. Who's the first?
Some guy in the 40s, some guy who
really?
wore freaking
Babe Ruth,
pinstriped hats.
Well, everybody makes a big deal
colored colored baseball
they
uniforms.
They didn't have helmets. They had those batters hats.
Yep.
With the low profile.
The sweatpants that bunched around the ankles.
Oh yeah. Those classics.
The little league pants.
Classic.
The Cubs. Oh, Darvish. You said something about Darvish. Oh,
that's a DFA.
You have to assume, being Jet Hoyer, who I've seen, you just have to go into the deadline just assuming that Darvish isn't going to pitch again. And as a Cubs fan, I personally hope he doesn't pitch again. Because no. Hear me out. Because he has, after 2 years in his contract, he can opt out. So basically, if he's really good next year and he wants to test free agency, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously.
Because he's owed just way too much money at that age. I don't know. That was one of the worst recent baseball moves. Hey, if you look, everybody considers Theo Epstein right now the best general manager in baseball.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
In Han we trust, but
in Han we trust.
But if you look at some of these moves he's made, not particularly baseball moves, okay? And I'm just going to go with a couple big ones right off the bat.
I know exactly what you're saying first.
Jason Hayward, they signed to this massive deal, and he's good this year with a new batting coach, but we won a World Series with him, but he hardly batted his weight the 2 previous seasons, okay? And then trading Jake Arrieta, or not, they didn't trade Jake Arrieta.
Letting him walk.
Signing Yu Darvish, who is 6 months younger than Arrieta. When Arrieta struggled the first half of the season the year before, but every pitcher when they get to a certain age, they have to reinvent themselves, figure out how to. That was Arrieta the 2017 season. It appears, I'm hoping that you can play it off as more of an injury, but it appears that's Darvish right now. Okay, and then the other move was they traded away Starlin Castro, who, I mean, I gotta say, one of my favorite players. They traded him away for Adam Warren, who's actually on Seattle. He was traded at the deadline.
Oh, yeah.
I expected more things out of Seattle. But,
yeah, weird, right? That thing traded for a lot of relievers and another outfielder. They traded
Castro to the Yankees for Adam Warren, who at the deadline, they traded back to the Yankees. So you didn't get anything for him. And then you signed a 10-year-older Ben Zobrist. Yes, he got the game-winning RBI of the Game 7 of the World Series that brought it home in over 108 years. But it's just not a baseball move. Normally, you would get rid of your older guys to get younger guys. They got a 10-year-older guy who they paid more than the guy they already had. But I don't know. That's just. I mean, he's done it multiple times. He's great. Theo Epstein, that is. But just if you look at some of his moves, they're just
not. They're okay.
It's just like, why did we do that? I mean, I guess it worked, but we had another option. So. All
right. So, anyways, we've talked about baseball for a very long time.
See you next episode.
Baseball's dead.
Yeah, we're getting into dog days, so we'll start talking more about football.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Hall of Fame games this week. Hall of Fame games tomorrow.
Is it actually? It's
actually tomorrow. Listen, but it's fun because it's football and it's back.
Anyways,
it's baseball season.
Hey, do we want to skip over DeRozan or do we want to cover that?
Let's cover DeRozan.
Let's cover DeRozan just real quick.
So it's been a while.
Yeah. We were gonna cover this last time, but someone didn't.
Go for it.
So
it's been like 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
We're blaming him because he wasn't here.
Not my fault. None of you know how to work computers and recording systems.
No, my computer's just like messed up.
Okay, then blame down the hardware, not the people. Anyway,
honestly, I don't care. Low budget. 6 people are gonna. Well, we're 6 views. 6 additional views are gonna watch this. Will we know them? Probably.
Yeah.
But let's see, Brian, maybe Patrick, maybe JR.
These people don't know who this is.
I told
Cody and Vogues might give it.
I told my other friend about it, so he'll watch it.
They'll click it and then be like, "Okay, there's your view." But
he'd sit there. He'd probably sit there.
Okay, so DeMar DeRozan was traded.
DeMar DeRozan was traded to the San Antonio Spurs, and the San Antonio Spurs sent Kawhi Leonard. Basically, Greg Popovich saying, "Fuck you, Kawhi. You're not going where you want to go."
Yeah.
Essentially. I mean, listen.
So just right away go over your thoughts.
My thoughts, are we talking for who?
Do you think it's
general
good trade?
I think it's good for San Antonio. Yeah, I think it's good for San Antonio because they get Kawhi out of there, who just doesn't want to be there anymore, which is helpful. If you have a guy who doesn't want to be there, he's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
So he, so having him out there. So having him out of there is pretty good. But I don't know for the Raptors because it's 10 o'clock. We've talked for baseball for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
more than that.
Yeah, I know.
45.
But for the Raptors, I don't know because I mean Kawhi's not bad, but I don't know if Kawhi's gonna give them Kawhi stats because he doesn't want to be there and he can just go out into free agency next year.
Still gonna get a huge
LA.
But the East is wide open. That's the thing.
Well, but he doesn't. I don't think he cared. If he wanted to go to the East, he would have told Greg, "I want to go to the East."
Then you know, I mean, if he doesn't care,
because he wants to go and he wants to win a ring. He also wants to play with LeBron.
Go play in the Big 3 for a year.
Oh, that fucking spat launched at me.
Yeah, dude, I got some on my arm. I'm gonna have to I wasn't planning on taking a shower. Still not going to, but there might be soap water towel.
Right in the fucking Christ.
Yeah, they didn't play DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs. It was a coaching decision because he was acting out a little bit.
Yeah,
but let's think about this. The Raptors, they're not too bright. They fired the coach of the year, and now they're getting rid of their franchise player.
I like the Raptors and I want to like the Raptors, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, they're Toronto. So they're not going to.
No, they're gonna. Don't worry, they'll make it. They'll be the number 1 seed, then get swept.
Yeah.
They'll get swept.
Well,
they'll get swept by somebody
in
other
that
than
playoffs, LeBron, everything he threw, he wasn't even looking at the basket. He threw a couple shots out at the end of the regulation.
I mean, still, though.
Yeah.
Number 1 seed gets swept by, 4.
It was a coaching decision that DeMar was on his way out. And it's kind of unfortunate because, I mean, they were a joke of the NBA for years. until they convinced DeMar DeRozan to re-sign with them. And that's kind of what made them a respectable team. I guess they're not. The thing is, they're not respected.
Now you're also. I wouldn't say they're respectable anymore because they were like, they didn't say anything like, we're gonna go get rid of them. He's just like, no, they're not gonna trade.
Yeah, no,
like, I don't want to be traded. And then it's just like, hey, you're traded.
Here's my thing with this trade. I think this actually screws the Raptors long term because it's hard enough getting a player to sign in Canada for like more than like a 1 year prove it deal. They got DeRozan to sign long term. He was the best player in recent memory, like since probably like Chris Bosh, who obviously Canada doesn't want to sign long term. And
they get out of there as soon as their rookie contract.
Exactly. And then like what did they do to him? He's like the most like loyal player they can ask for. And they
traded.
They decided like we don't really care that you were loyal to this team for so long. You're getting traded. Like a lot of teams do that, but this is also one who may or may not have the room to do this. This is a pretty big loss for them. Yes, they're getting a great player in Kawhi, but they lost a great player in DeRozan.
But I mean, if Kawhi doesn't want to play, he'll just do what he did with the Spurs. He'll just get.
He's gonna play. Like
he's got to.
You say he's got to, but
it's gonna happen.
He'll play, but maybe he won't play like. I don't know. Maybe he won't produce.
He wants to be that all-defensive player.
His reputation will go down too much.
Like, I mean, the Raptors, his organization has gone down.
His Kawhi. His Kawhi, the hand where his name is in it.
Oh.
I think that's like the coolest brand. But the Raptors, they need to add another scoring option.
Oh yeah,
that's what they gotta add.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kawhi can play 4.
They
got guys, but it'd been great if they could have added Kawhi and kept DeMar. Which I mean, in a perfect world, everybody would like to add Kawhi.
In a perfect world, everybody wants LeBron.
I'm surprised Jay-Z didn't make a bigger pitch. They are also a young team,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Could go either way. I mean, hell, half the former Lakers players are on that team. But I don't know. It's basketball. We're kind of basketball now. It's an old off season.
Yeah, and basketball's not really even going to be.
Well, it's a little bit out now. We're gonna have to start covering that, guys. Big 3.
I mean, sure. I like
Nate Robinson's the MVP. Right
hey, little Nate.
Oh, is he actually good for him?
Yeah, he's
for Nate.
He's
glad he's still doing something.
Okay. Anyways, I was gonna say. Actually, no, we're done with this point. Then we had one more thing that we were going to talk about. If you had the number 1 pick in fantasy draft, non-PPR, by the way, because how we like it. Exactly.
Yeah. Not fan of PPR.
We just call it standard. Anyways, who are you taking?
You go first.
Well, so in a PPR situation,
we're talking non-PPR.
I know we said non-PPR. But if you're that weird PPR guy, you're taking Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah.
If you're not taking Antonio Brown with the first overall pick, you don't know how to play.
I'd argue DeAndre Hopkins in a way, but for now with Ben Roethlisberger, I still say Antonio Brown. But when Ben leaves, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with that target share. If they bring up a rookie or someone who just doesn't know how to throw the ball.
Brainstorming. If Ben Roethlisberger, I think this is the last year under his contract.
I think so.
I believe so. Or if he retires or whatever, What if they signed Tyrod Taylor? I just thought of that. That might be a decent option.
Be a pretty good signing.
Because him and Antonio Brown, Tyrod Taylor's got the best deep ball in the league. Right?
Tyrod Taylor is a very underrated quarterback. I think we all can.
Everybody only sees him as a bridge quarterback.
Yeah,
which is sad.
That's my thing with McCarron too. I think McCarron's more than a bridge, but I don't think a single team views him that way.
I wanted so badly for Tyrod Taylor to go to the Ravens this offseason.
That would be good.
Because when they won the Super Bowl, they decided to sign. Both quarterbacks were up for. They decided to sign Joe Flacco instead of Tyrod Taylor, and they were high on Tyrod Taylor because they had paid him less, and Tyrod Taylor's had a better career than Joe Flacco.
And What they ended up doing, they drafted Tyrod Taylor 2.0, Lamar Jackson. Similar player. I think if he turns out the way Tyrod Taylor turns out, then it's not a bad draft pick at all.
Hey, the Bills had a shot, but Tyrod took one to the head.
Also, they decided to start Nathan
Peterman. Well, they made the playoffs either way, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then they lost to the Jags round 1.
Yeah.
This kid's a Jags fan.
Yeah.
Best defense.
So I don't know. I thought of that talk about who's your first overall pick in fantasy. It's not who is because we're all in the same league.
Yeah.
But who is your ideal number 1 overall?
Okay, you never actually answered for standard.
Yeah, that's what I'm going.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Let the man.
I thought of that Tyrod Taylor thing because you said something about Ben Roethlisberger.
I did.
So for me personally, who are you taking in a standard league? Well, if the guy can talk the talk, if the guy can walk the same walk he's talking, you gotta go Jarvis Landry. Am I right? He says they're gonna score over 40 every game. So
that is bold.
Am I right?
I'd love to see you get the first pick.
Am I right?
I would love to see you take Jarvis Landry. I would take Josh Gordon over Jarvis Landry.
Okay. No, I'm
not saying.
It was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. I mean, he's a very good player. First overall pick, no. But me, I pick a wide receiver first overall every time. I'm a big fan. I always, for some reason, whether it works or not, take Mike Evans first overall. It just so happens, out of the last 3 years, I've had the 1 or the 2 or 3. I've had a top 3 pick each of the last 3 years.
We may have organized it so you did last year.
And for some reason,
2 of them.
Whether it works or not, I take Mike Evans.
And then the 1 year you didn't get Mike Evans, you traded me for
I traded half my team.
No, you gave me Gary Barnage and Brandon Marshall.
Who ended up great.
Who ended up just tanked.
Yeah, at the time I made the trade, Brandon Marshall was leading the league in touchdowns.
And then he just fucking tanked.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
But I always make sure I get Mike Evans. It's just
so is Mike Evans your answer then?
Well, no, I mean I don't like running backs in the first round. I stack receivers.
Okay, all right, fine. Well, I'm gonna make this easy. Do you take AB? Do you take Evans? Or
I'm taking Antonio Brown.
Or do you take Hopkins?
If I have the first one, I'll take this year.
All right.
Okay, do we want go on the line?
We'll just go on the line. We'll make it easy.
All right. Anyways, so there are so many phenomenal running backs that you can argue 1 overall. There's like Todd Gurley, David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott. There's several more just phenomenal running backs. You can take a number 1 overall. That being said, there are so many phenomenal running backs. We play in an 8-person league because we can find 8 people.
Because we can barely find.
And also,
it's hard to get 10 people to be committed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
And to show the league as 8 people, and that is one of the best comedy shows of all time,
especially fantasy football.
Exactly. And that being said, there are so many good running backs. I know I'm getting in near elite running back round 2. Therefore, I'm taking DeAndre Hopkins, pick 1, and that is because I don't see a scenario in which he doesn't lead receivers in fantasy points, assuming that 1, Watson is back completely, and 2, that he doesn't get injured, because injury bug can hit anyone.
Yeah. That's good, especially if only if Watson. I mean, even with Savage, he'll still get the targets, but kind of good. I mean, I'm going to be the different one here because I always go running backs.
Yeah, and he does well with the strategy, so we can't really knock on it.
It hasn't failed yet.
Anti-running back, guys.
I'm pro running
You're
back.
handing them the ball to get injured. That's what you think. That's
True.
What you think of.
True. But,
a wide receiver sees the ball maybe 6 times a game, so there's just less chance for injury.
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying with that. But like he was saying, with as many good running backs as there are, I mean, realistically, when you're talking number 1 right now, you're either talking, for running back wise, in my opinion, you're talking Lev Bell, David Johnson, and I mean, you could argue Zeke. I don't see Zeke as a 1. I see Zeke as maybe a pick 3. I wouldn't take him 1 overall. But I think, even though he probably might leave Pittsburgh after this year, I think I still take Le'Veon Bell. Because he's
fair.
Well, Le'Veon Bell's not signed right now.
He's not.
Yeah, but realistically, he's not saying he's not taking the whole year.
I think he's on the.
Not going to happen.
If Le'Veon Bell, ends up not playing a year or sitting or whatever, I'm taking David Johnson. But but anyway, just because David Johnson was phenomenal, he unfortunately had the wrist injury that fucked him last year.
Yeah.
But Other than that, I mean,
that was a very tragic injury. On
yeah, I'm personally with David Johnson. I would say that he's the most talented running back.
Plus,
in
he's
football,
still actually kind of young.
But yeah, he's still young.
Yeah,
like his third year.
Third year, I think.
Yeah.
Third year actually playing because he took the year off.
Fourth season.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, and some could argue Saquon Barkley's worth the first overall. I don't, but I'm saying probably somebody will.
Hey, if I have like the 8th, 9th pick, he could be someone I target there. Absolutely.
Third round on him, man. I mean, I'm taking
You're
receiver.
not getting him third round.
I'm taking receiver, Travis Kelce, first tight end off the board.
That's only if you beat Tony. That's only if you beat Tony. And he gets Gronk first.
If our buddy Tony doesn't take
Gronk
first round.
First round. He would though. That's the worst part.
Well, I mean,
no, he's taking him third like every year.
Gronk is so good, but I mean, injury bug.
Gronk and Kelce are like a league of their own in tight ends.
Yes.
And then you have
Gronk. Zach Ertz is there too.
Zach Ertz is there, but I true.
I would be like the third option.
You have Gronk, Kelce, Ertz, and then everybody else.
Hey, yeah, my favorite thing to do every year, and it's kind of a sad story, because I'd take my tight end, and then when he was had a bye week, I would pick up Heath Miller, because you knew he was going to get the targets on third down, and make some big plays.
Maybe he has like a rushing yard.
Yeah.
Doesn't help fantasy at all, but it's at least like something.
Remember at Delaney Walker got me the nice rushing touchdown last year? That was hysterical.
Yeah, I got one with Ebron a couple years ago.
When he was on Kansas City, he ran the ball quite a bit. No, not Kansas City. For San Francisco. When he was on San Francisco, he would run a lot.
Yeah.
But in the Super Bowl, what team was it? What team? The other team. The
Ravens?
No, the one that just won.
Oh,
the Eagles. They ran a tight end pull.
Oh yeah, with good old
Trey Burton.
Oh yeah, it was Trey Burton.
It was Trey Burton.
No, it was Burton.
They ran the tight end. The actual tight end ran the ball.
It was
like a third string.
No. I know what he's talking about. I know what both of you are talking about, actually. He's talking about two different things.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Philly special, which is
Which is
great.
Yeah.
I love that. But you're talking about those.
When I played youth football, we ran that play, so it got me going. You know what I mean? Lots of both.
Call him Brad Chubb.
Ooh. Yeah. So, is there anybody in fantasy that you are not going to target this year? I mean, we are in the same league, so you don't have to be too specific, but it just can't.
I don't care.
I can, just in our league, I can definitely see Alvin Kamara being a top 5 pick. I think he's a very good running back, but he didn't even lead his team in rushing yards last year. It's not really a red flag, but it's like maybe I might not want this guy first round, and he's definitely going first round.
So my defense for that, Mark Ingram is suspended for 4 games.
That is true.
So they will probably be forced to use him as a running back.
Well, yeah,
more than a pass.
He will be his because of that. I didn't even know that his draft stock will rise.
He will be at least 1-2 back.
For me, Alvin Kamara is another one of those. He's not a running back for me. He's a flex play every week. This exact same thing with like a top 10 receiver since he's been in the league. Tyreek Hill. He's listed as a wide receiver, but he's not a wide receiver 1 or 2. He's a flex play every week. That's exactly how I see Alvin Kamara as
for this year at least.
No, as a player.
So then, do you want him on your team?
I would take him on my team. I would take any guy that could be a 1 or a 2 as a flex play.
Dude, if I had like the 8th pick and I got the 9th, and for whatever reason Barkley and Kamara they're both gone. I'm taking both of them.
Yeah, no,
I would literally take like Kamara 9 and Barkley or whatever, Kamara 8 and Barkley 9 or whatever. I would basically do that. Although I could do receiver, but I'm like, fuck it.
No, I mean, if Kamara falls to the 2nd round, like, he's on my team. But, like, just in our league, you're high on him, you're high on him. Vokes is, like, number 1 pick high on him.
He's not, in my opinion, he's not number 1. I could see the value for him being number 1, but I would rather have...
I could see Vokes taking him number 1.
Yeah, I agree, but in my opinion...
I see Vogren taking, Kirk Cousins number 1.
No, Vogren will take Dalvin Cook number 1. We'll take Dalvin Cook.
He's taking Diggs over Cook.
Really?
Diggs signed that contract.
True, not a normal person.
Yeah.
Him.
Oh, what about you? Somebody that you just not take?
Don't want.
Established that you are taking Kamara late in the first round.
Kamara, I will after pick 4, I will have Alvin Kamara. I'd argue after pick 4, I'll take him.
Yeah.
Because 1 through 4, I can get somebody else. I can still probably get Left or DJ.
Yes.
Somebody I don't want. I don't know. That's the thing. I like a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no one really.
It doesn't matter because this guy picks up the 2 best guys that were never drafted every year.
2 years ago, I'm like, there's a guy. I'm like, shit, my guy's gone for the week. I need somebody. Oh, who's Devonta Freeman? That game scores 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys.
I was playing him this week. He was playing on a Monday. I was like, oh god, I've never heard of this bum. I ended up losing it.
Hey, all I'm saying, I picked up David Johnson that year.
You did. No, which was
I had a 30-point lead on you. And you came back and won on a Monday night.
Because he scored 3 touchdowns.
No. Hey, listen to this crap.
I'm crying.
Listen to this crap. So,
Monday Night Football, I mean, the Falcons are playing. Who the hell wants to watch the Falcons on Monday night?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, listen to this crap. So, this was when we did it senior year of high school. This was before our Berkshire League. Monday Night Football, I was beating Andrew by 17. I had Justin Tucker and Mark Ingram still to play. He had Justin Forsett.
Oh my god.
Justin Forsett drops a 35-point game. Tucker has a pretty good kicking night. Ingram has kind of a dud. He beats me 100-99. It's I was probably in tears.
Sad.
I was probably in tears.
That's nothing. I was up all day. And defenses are so hard to calculate. This was this previous year. So a buddy of mine drafted the defense I wanted.
Oh,
so
God,
I went out of my way to trade before the season started. I gave up I think it was my 4th round pick for
whatever. That's besides the point.
For the Kansas City Chiefs defense. And I ended up drafting the
Jacksonville Jaguars
defense because they
week 1 they had
the Texas and going up against Tom Savage.
Oh
god, this is gonna be great. I literally sat in this very spot and I said, "Oh my god, there's so much money on this defense going up against this terrible."
Actually, no, I think you were laying over there at that point.
Yeah, he was.
Guys, it was for the purpose of the story.
I'm trying to get factually correct here.
They don't know the facts.
Well, I'm trying to give them the facts. They want the truth. Show us the card facts.
So anyways, so I drafted them and they ended up being the best defense all year.
You played Kansas City one time.
I played Kansas City's defense the week that Jacksonville had a bye week. They ended up getting me -6. I lost by 4 points. And I didn't make the playoffs because of it. It's so sad. But that's my story. Player, because we got to end this because we've been talking way too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
A player that I am not drafted, or I'm going out of my way not to draft, it's a quarterback. I'll find a quarterback somewhere throughout the season. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not a specific player. I'm waiting until late as hell. I'll take a third string. Yeah, exactly.
That's normally my strategy, but there is a quarterback I really like this year. His name shall remain nameless.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. It's always Andrew Luck with you.
Andrew Luck. He hasn't.
I don't need to spend an early pick on him.
2 years.
Actually, no. You can wait till probably almost the last pick to grab
Exactly. No, he's gonna be my QB2. I have someone locked for my QB1.
I can't wait till somebody
Another tip for a young fantasy player. I mean, you're not watching this anymore because it's so late in the video. But
you are. Thanks.
Don't carry two quarterbacks. Waste of a roster spot.
They say don't carry 2 catchers, but I did for a while. And who's won the league? The guy who carries 2 catchers.
No, well that's my thing. I don't take a quarterback until oh shit. All the good quarterbacks are gone. All right, every quarterback scores 18 points every week.
Yeah, you just basically stream quarterbacks week by week, which is a legitimate strategy.
Until I find a guy.
Yeah, so I calculated, and last year I think I had started a total of either 9 or 10 quarterbacks throughout the season. So I started exactly 2 quarterbacks twice. I think Derek Carr I had for a while, and then out of all people, I think Tyrod Taylor I had 2 mediocre starts from.
I just had Matt Stafford and Russell Wilson.
I started Jay Cutler like 5 or 6 weeks last year. Granted, I didn't make the playoffs, but every time I'd start him, he'd have a bad game.
And then when you didn't start him,
I'd drop him. He'd have a good game. I'd pick him up.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't think there's anyone I'm really afraid of. I mean, Danny Amendola. I wouldn't say him like. I don't think of anyone I'm like.
Julian Edelman?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at fantasy, see if there's anyone I really like.
Actually, yeah. Hold up. Let me see.
I mean, I kind of want to end this.
Yeah, I want to end this too. If
just
you
let me at least get whatever.
Leave in your comments anybody that you would not want to take in fantasy,
or who you think deserves to be one
first overall in fantasy.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the trade deadline? That Central Division in the National League should be a tight race towards the end. Do you think the Pirates are going to make a wild card with the acquisition of Chris Archer? Winners and losers. Anybody we forgot to mention? They're looking at fantasy.
Yeah, I mean,
Isaiah Crowell.
Actually, yeah. This isn't him, but Browns running backs I'm avoiding because all three could be really good.
Yeah. No,
Which one will it be?
Hide it.
Which one will it be?
Could it be?
Yeah. I mean, I think in a way I might avoid Miami. I'm not too fan of Miami.
Are they still over the salary cap?
Hey, fun fact, Kenyon Drake was first in yards after contact last year.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty good, though. That's actually good. I mean, realistically, with that team right now is like what? It's like Tannehill, Parker.
He probably had like one play where he got like slightly nudged and broke away for like a 60-yard touchdown.
We are all very sad that Jay Cutler is now the star of a reality TV show.
I am not.
Well,
we love Cutler.
He's hilarious on the show, yes. But we're just so sad that we're not going to see him.
I wish he was in a broadcast booth like Tony
anymore.
Pitch?
You know what I mean.
All right, it's time to end this.
We gotta end.
You gotta.
All right.
Hit the defibrillator.
Outro. Nope, not editing that. That's definitely staying in. Just gotta hit the stop recording. Buffalo.
Sign it off.
Peace.